Greetings, everyone. Wishing you well from Oxford. I am with a name from Oxford itself who needs no introduction, Miss Ruby Granger. She is well known on YouTube and Instagram through her well information based videos, which she keeps making in Oxford and around education. So, I have some questions for her as she's joined us for the World Leaders Summit here on the red carpet on 16 December at the Keble College in O'Reilly Theatre in Oxford University. So, a few words firstly in your presence here today, then I'll shoot some questions for you.
It was today has just been incredible being in the presence of so many people who the idea of unity keeps on coming up today, and it's such a joy, and it's always a joy to be in the presence of people who are united over the same values. So it's been really wonderful.
That's nice. So, firstly, I'd like to ask that as a digital creator based in Oxford, how do you see influencers shaping leadership and public opinion today? I'll just roll this for you.
I think it's interesting using the word leadership because leader often makes us think of uh, I guess kind of I think of what influencers do in terms of leadership as being much more rooted in the idea of like guiding, which when we look at the Latin word like lidere, it can mean to convey, it can mean to guide, it can mean to lead. And I do think like leadership online and through digital creators is very much linked to those ideas of guiding. I think with influencers, it's about demonstration of values because yeah, so much of vlogging, for example, will be showing how you interact, and so how can you make sure that the way you interact is something that can be, if replication, or kind of like what values are you bestowing, and how can you enact those and encourage those.
Okay. So, your platform actually reaches like millions of people. Uh, so, what responsibility do content creators have in promoting a positive change?
Oh gosh, a huge responsibility. It's like necessary, like with any form of leadership. But I think especially because social media largely is consumed by young people, and especially when you're looking at teenagers consuming this content, um, it's not just like advisable that you have a good influence. It's necessary, and I think it's important that anyone who is sharing content online is interrogating that internally, kind of constantly. Like when you put something up, why, what is this giving to to somebody watching it? Why is it important? How can it be important? So
Very,
hugely.
very, very wise words at such an young age. So I'll go to the next question. So, what excites you most about being a part of a global platform, like say for an event like today, that the World Leaders Summit? So, what excites you exactly about these kind of events?
Well, as I say, I think it's exciting, just having so many people with shared values in the same room to have kind of to have communication, to have discussion. I do think it's also I think something I really admire about the way that this event has been orchestrated is bringing together, kind of redefining what leader means. It's not kind of just like traditional like ideas of leadership of what we might think of as leaders, but people from so many different like kind of areas and kind of leading in so many different ways. And I just think that's really powerful.
That's right. So, how can social media, according to you, when used consciously, support education, equality, and innovation at the same time?
I think the most important or the most valuable thing with social media for education is the fact that it's accessible. Like social media can be accessed from anywhere. Like you put up a piece of content and it's free to access, but you don't have to travel to access it, which means that kind of sharing information becomes so much easier. And so of course, like the important thing then becomes like sharing credible, true information, and if you're sharing that, then kind of educational content on social media is.
So probably that's the secret to get so much of followers, to sharing authentic content.
Yeah, sharing authentic
Yeah.
content,
So
absolutely.
lastly, in one message, what would you say to the young creators and leaders watching this summit?
Um, what's the word you just used? Authenticity. I think if you lead with authenticity, if you act with authenticity, if you're authentic to the things that you know are important and the things that you know you value, that's unique to you, and that's such a beautiful thing to be able to lead with. So for kind of yeah, for young people, like being in touch with that, what excites you, what needs to change, and allowing that to drive how you interact with the world.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Granger. It
Thank
was
you.
nice having you. signing off from the red carpet at the World Leaders Summit by the Global Empire Events Limited today. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.